Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guys YouTube channel. If you like my content, leave a comment down below. Ask me questions, let me know what you liked about it. And hey, click on the little like button. But please, if you want, go ahead and subscribe, because it helps my channel out. That way you can stay up to date with all my videos. And if you want, click on the bell icon to get notified. Right? Right? Huh? 1 out of 2. Not bad.
So people have been asking, where was the abandoned dragon? Where's she been? Is she alive? Yeah, she's alive. Why didn't we see her the last couple weeks? Well, if you look in her last video, and she was actually in the video about using bee pollen, I told you she was tearing up the newspaper that I used to line her cage and doing a ton of glass surfing or tank surfing, because this isn't all glass. And let's just cut to the chase. Why was she doing that? She's a full-grown adult. She's gonna lay eggs. Well, you see there's new newspaper. What does that mean? It means she laid eggs. We're gonna cut right to the chase here before I take them out, guys, but take a look right there. We got a small clutch of eggs. Now, I knew she was going to lay for a couple reasons, and I'm going to go over this with you guys, because don't be alarmed if you have your female and this is happening. 1, she was tank surfing, so she's crawling the sides. 2, she was just tearing everything up. They're just getting anxious. They have these feelings in them. They're looking for a spot. They're just going crazy, hormones, etc. 3, she went off food. She hadn't eaten for about a week. Now, she's by no means underweight now. You can see she's nice and plump. Again, a lot of the fat is stored in the tail. It's nice and plump. So she had been crushing food every single day since I started getting her on veggies. And to go off food for a week with that behavior, I knew what was coming. I knew eggs were coming. And then the last one is she was getting really defensive. She was starting to hiss when I'd open the cage, the tank. She would posture up. She would blow herself up. And that's a good sign that you're getting ready to lay eggs. Those hormones, those instincts are going through her. You know, she feels vulnerable because she's fat. So, what do we do now that she's laid eggs? Great question. Let's get into it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take those eggs out and we're going to look at them. Look what we got here, guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perfect eggs. Now, some of you may not realize exactly how small bearded dragons are, but these are infertile eggs. But look at how something that big is in an egg that small. Now, guys, bearded dragon females do not have maternal and protective instincts towards their eggs like other snakes do, birds, you know, most warm-blooded animals. They lay their eggs, and in the wild, a lot of times they'll just lay their eggs, and it's already warm enough, and they just abandon the eggs and they just leave. And what hatches, hatches. Now, these are infertile because she had not bred with a male. And so this is the second time I can confirm that she's laid eggs, once right before I got her and once with me. That's also the sign of a really healthy female. So that means her body sees that she has enough vitamins, she's in good enough condition to start producing eggs. That's a great sign, especially if I may be breeding her in the future. So, what do we do now? So I'm going to pull the eggs. I'm going to give her a bath. She laid them sometime during the night. And for today's meal, when I feed everyone, I'm actually going to feed her a little fuzzy mouse. That's right. So laying eggs takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of protein, you know, and we want to get that back into the bearded dragon. She's a pretty good size. So one small fuzzy mouse, right after she lays eggs, very healthy for your bearded dragon. Very healthy. Mama's looking good. Eggs are looking good. I thought you guys would like this update because you wanted to know. I didn't want to stress her out filming, you know, as she was getting ready to lay eggs. But now that she's laid them, feed those eggs off. She doesn't have any parasites. All her blood work, her fecal was good. So I'm going to rinse those eggs, and in another video, we're going to give those eggs out as food, and we're going to see what happens. We don't like anything to go to waste. So I'll be throwing them out, or if the ground is frozen here, so I can't use them as fertilizer in my garden. So they're going to go as a little snack, which is really cool. And I want you guys to guess now, where are those going for a snack in a future video? There's 5 eggs. I'm going to try to give them to 5 different reptiles and or amphibians that I have. And maybe they all go to one, but I would like to see your top 5 answers in the comments below about where these go. And we're just going to let Mama... Yeah, see, before I would pet her and she was really fanning up. Now she's doing the backwards. The judgment eye. Oh, Mama. All right, guys, take care.
Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.
Here we go, guys, and I have to throw this this disclaimer out beforehand. There's a chance that this girl could bite me, but we're gonna do it anyways. Here's the typical roaches. Now, this is the next day. It's the evening. She's been basking. Actually, she's been a little bit more alertive, and today some really cool things happened. She laid in her water bowl. She went in the hide. She buried herself under the hide. She went, and she's basked for most of the day. So we're going to offer her food. And we're going to offer her a few bugs. We've got some powder on them. Some Herptvite on these. I don't know if she's ever eaten roaches before. I do know that she's tried to bite me before. Like when I first got her. So... how will this go? God, she is just beautiful. Oh, okay. She is just beautiful, but she's not like a tame little cat like Ripley was. She's like a big monster. And we'll see. So, a couple things here. Is she even looking down at the roach? Oh, boy. If I put this in her mouth, will she eat it? She will not. Now, what if I just put it here? And it's moving. There's the roach. It's moving. See if she wants anything to do with it. She's okay. Now, just good. She's licking her lips. And she's tasting the supplement powder that's on there. Which, this is important. But I know she's hungry, but she's really defensive. I may just crush a couple and put them in there. As you can see, she's very defensive. And she hasn't eaten, food in months. Well, that we know of. I mean, I guess I should take that back. I don't know how much food was left in the tank. If they said, oh crap, we're leaving her, let's pile food in there. So... I should say no one's attempted to feed her that we know of. Okay, so she's definitely not used to seeing bugs. What about that? Nothing. Nada.